I'm Bob Sokolsky. I'm here to lead a celebration that pays tribute to all the generous donors who've contributed to Riverview Health Center over the past year. The names of all donors here tonight are already on Riverview's recognition wall at the center. Some of tonight's donors, like the ones named on the plaques you just saw, gave to a special project, the refurbishment of the palliative care unit. And I'd like to take all of you on a tour of this unit to show you what we've accomplished there. But I can't do that. You know why? Because we'd be interrupting the private time of families who are saying goodbye to their loved ones right now. Instead, I welcome you to this virtual ribbon-cutting ceremony of this beautifully and purposefully refurbished unit. I'd also like to tell you about the compassion of our donors and about what this project means to the patients and families we serve. Riverview Health Center's palliative care unit has been in operation for almost 20 years. That's a lot of time and a lot of wear and tear in an area that sees a fair bit of turnover. The rooms and furnishings were getting worn, but not only that, we heard many family members talk about the essence of what they hope for when facing the difficult situation of admitting their loved ones into a care facility for their final days. I recently spoke to one of those family members, Jan Rempel.
My husband Warren passed away at Riverview on July 1st, 2009. We had a private room and the staff instinctively knew what we needed. I can't say enough about how good they were. Warren's friends and family were able to visit with him and say the things they needed to say in privacy. And while the care was exceptional, a few changes in the physical surroundings would have made our experience better. Things like more space for visitors, more comfortable chairs for family members to sleep on when staying the night. I feel strongly about doing whatever it takes to make this very difficult transition in people's lives the best that it can be, not just for the patient, but for the families too. The Never Alone Foundation is on board with this, and it was instrumental in raising funds to be able to provide for the renovation of 3 rooms. Like me, the Never Alone supports making the atmosphere serene and homey for the comfort of those who must make this journey.
Jan and others who supported this project have paid Riverview just about the biggest compliment we could ever hope to get. We're a publicly funded facility, but we do not have the funds to pay for the things that will make a person's last days truly special. Instead, this refurbishment, which, as you'll see shortly, includes a lot more than a simple spruce up. This was 100% funded by private donors who were prepared to place private dollars into a public facility. That's a vote of confidence if I've ever heard one. The project included major renovations to all 30 rooms using the expertise of a design team. We started by clearing out bulky furnishings and shelving to make the rooms more spacious. Then we added the touches that make these rooms a home away from home. Our team made a point of staying away from anything that conjures up the word institution. If you glance down, you'll see flooring that looks like the real hardwood you would find in your own home. And if you look up, you'll see textured tiles with patterns from nature. That's a far cry from the harsh white tiles typically used in most institutions. Other lighting in the rooms is also what you would expect in a home, where you can read in bed or use a dimmer for soft ambiance. We updated the wall coverings, and the window treatments include sunshades, blackout curtains, and valances. With Corian countertops and muted color schemes, the private bathrooms are elegant, like the ones you'd find in a 5-star hotel. This is a purposeful touch, and we don't think it's a perk. We think families deserve comfort such as this during their difficult circumstances. One of our donors, Shirley Twerden, agrees.
Yes, Bob. As someone who has experienced cancer and survived firsthand, as well as having supported friends and family members who died of this disease, I'm particularly interested in the promotion of palliative care. I think that sometimes people are afraid of going to a health care center to die. And when the environment is calm and private, it's actually a godsend. I was able to experience one of Riverview's newly renovated rooms firsthand when my close friend, Eileen Morrison, spent her last days here. We had privacy to talk, and I brought photos of when we were kids in pigtails. It brought a smile to her face and to mine. I could see that my personal vision for compassionate and comfortable palliative care was being met at Riverview, and I'm pleased to contribute to a room in memory of my mother and 2 sisters-in-law. Eileen's husband, Bob Morrison, also donated a room in her name.
I'd like to mention a few more details about the room renovations. Each one has a flat screen, Wi-Fi capable Apple TV, and a DVD player. We're providing these items so patients and their families can watch movies, look at slideshows, and Skype with friends and family. A visitor should be able to kick back and be comfortable and maybe write a few business emails when things are quiet. And the rooms also have fridges, so family members can stock up with snacks and even have beer on hand in case an old buddy drops by looking for a cold one or two. The point is, we want these rooms to be enjoyed, like a home. We want you to relax, put your feet up, do a bit of homework, grab a slice of pizza, and all the while be by the bedside of the person who needs you most. Patient rooms are not the only areas benefiting from the funds raised. Renovations to common areas will give family and friends access to amenities not normally found on a hospital unit. Upgrades to other areas include a lot more than just a paint job. By removing walls and enclosing balconies, we're creating a large family space, complete with comfortable seating and all the electronics even a teenager could hope for. That grandchildren won't ever want to go home. Work is also being completed on a fully equipped kitchen with stainless steel appliances and all the modern conveniences. Families can go ahead and put a cake in the oven if they want to celebrate a birthday or other special event.
It was devastating to lose Warren to cancer, but the thing is, you have to get through it. And at Riverview, we had private rooms where we could spend private moments with friends and family, where both Warren and his friends were able to say the things that they needed to say. And I know this sounds odd, but death can be a beautiful experience when the last moments of a loved one's life are in a private, serene, and caring environment.
Many years ago, one of our donors, Irv Applebaum, watched his mother spend her final days in a stark hospital room. Irv wondered why it had to be that way. Why a woman who had given so much to her family had to die in such a bleak, cheerless place. He told me that he supported this project because he could see physically where his donation was going. By helping with this project, Irv was helping families find peace and comfort at the end of a loved one's life. On behalf of Riverview Health Center, its patients and its families, I'd like to thank all the individuals and organizations who contributed to this project in support of palliative care. In doing so, I'd like to point out that this project has 2 important bookends. Early commitment from the Paul Albrechtsen Foundation provided momentum and gave legitimacy to the project with its funding of 10 patient rooms. Later, a generous donation from Laurie Johnston allowed us to widen the project's scope beyond the personal rooms to encompass all areas of the palliative care unit. The donations received for the palliative care project were cash gifts, but a donor does not need to have cash on hand to provide support to Riverview. There are many other ways you can plan to give according to your ability, such as making a bequest in your will or setting up an annuity in the name of Riverview Health Center. With the palliative care refurbishment project complete, we are now directing our attention to the 60 beds that make up our Alzheimer dementia unit. The intent of this project is to maintain our reputation as a center of excellence in this area of care while enhancing the physical surroundings to meet the expectation of new research findings. As our understanding of Alzheimer's disease and other dementias advances, so must our ability to assist those affected and their families. We encourage you to support this project so the burden of those suffering from this terrible disease can be eased. And remember, you don't have to give until it hurts. Just give until it feels right.